Hello, everyone. Hi,
Hi.
Dami. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm coming from church.
You're looking very nice,
Oh,
by the
thank
way.
you.
Welcome to the blonde side.
Thank you.
Like,
Thank you so
blondes do
much.
have more fun, by the way. We do have more fun. Just saying, the saying is true. Not that I've done anything. I've just dyed
I
my
was
hair.
about
But
to
that,
say
like,
that. What is the thing that you've done that?
let me just say, I've gotten a lot more compliments. And I said I was going to do this hair for a year, but everybody has just been like, wow, this hair is so nice. And I'm going to
Yeah.
say, like, the more people come, I'm adding like an extra month. So it was going to be 1 year. I've gotten like 6 people between last week and this week, apart from everybody else that said they loved it, that have said they loved it. So that's 6 months now. If another person comes,
But why do you want to change? I think you should keep it.
no, it was supposed to be like an experimental phase where I would just cut my
Oh.
hair. My hair was breaking, so I was like,
Yeah.
I just need to get it off. And I was like, the blonde actually look, because it was supposed to be blonde, burgundy, and ginger.
Ginger, yeah, I remember when we
But
talked about it.
I'm staying too long in this blonde hair, and it's feeling
It
nice.
is really nice.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Your wig looks nice. Sorry, your real hair looks nice. It looks
Yeah,
nice.
actually very annoying.
It looks nice.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for that drag, but it's all right. I
No.
forgive you. No, there's no problem.
Can I touch it?
You're so rude. All right. How are you? You've asked
Okay.
me how I am.
Yeah. Me? I'm fine. I'm just exhausted. Had a crazy weekend, but ready to go again and go to work tomorrow. I'm so excited.
It sounds exciting. Are you? Are you though?
I am. Can't you see this part of my
I
face?
can see it. What are we talking about today?
Today's topic is a very interesting one. It's something that me and Dami have vented and ranted about. We're calling today's episode "English is my first language."
English is my first language. Just so everybody will know in case they were ever unsure.
That English was their first
Like,
language. Is English your
exactly.
first language, Dami?
Yes, now.
Why is that true?
Isn't that why is that true?
Why is that
Because
true?
isn't not lingua franca, why they call that thing? And that's the language that we're trained with. But I feel there's something that even happened when you come to, you know how you've seen that thing on social media where they say when you come to the UK and you now hear different accents, like you hear a Scottish accent or you're in class and you're like, is it not the same? It's not the same English that like the accent it's so fast and it's different, like depending on the
People use
side.
Adele videos as well.
Yes. It's like listening to Adele speak is like, huh?
My brain. Funny enough, for me, my brain would react in a different way. If I meet somebody like that, I would not understand. But if I'm watching a video, like I would watch those Adele videos and I would
Understand what she's saying.
But
Yeah,
then I'd
yeah,
probably be in
yeah.
the moment. I'm like, what are you saying? What are you saying? Even at work, there are times my colleagues will say something and it will take me like 2 seconds, and I'm like, oh, that's what you said. And then I'm like, I promise, I'm not stupid.
I know,
just
right?
needed a
Yeah,
second
and
to-
it doesn't mean that we don't understand English or that English is not our language. There's just that difference in. But I think it gets better. I think after first few weeks, you're like, oh yeah, you're able to pick things up faster. I think the other thing that happens is the difference in what we call things and like nylon. Then they'll say, oh, give me the plastic bag, and you're like, what?
Leather. We say leather.
You say leather or nylon.
Leather.
In Lagos, you say nylon. And then there's the thing of, I think the first time someone told me to pass the lid of a pot, it took me 5 minutes to say, I know what lid is, but it's not clicking.
Mom was the one that said it. You know how I was saying something, I was not like, oh, I need to put the cover on the bottle.
Yeah.
And you're like, the what? I'm like, I meant the lead.
And like this is there. And I'll say, oh, can I have the lid of the something? Man, my sister in grammar.
There's so many things, I can't even think of some like off the top of my head, but there's so many instances where it's just the Nigerian English. And I've had these conversations with my colleagues and I'm like, there are just some things. This particular instance, I was trying to explain to my colleagues. I work in a boarding school, so I was just explaining like the distinction in Nigerian boarding school and the one I work in. And I was talking about like the sanction systems and what they do in Nigeria to punish students who are like badly behaved. So one instance, my sister told me that they told her to like kneel down under a tree all night. And they're like, oh my God, wow, that's so horrible. In Nigeria, you just hear those stories and you're like, they did that. People even use that as bragging rights. Do you know I knelt down all night? So I was saying, and I said, but she left that school before she died. As per, you don't understand, make her
I know that.
But they heard before she died, she left. And
So
they're like,
oh, your
gosh,
sister
I'm so
is there.
sorry.
Like, she's not there, though.
And I was like, whoa. I meant she had to leave so she wouldn't die. And they're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, that's exactly.
The distinction in the way we speak is just, it's crazy.
There's something else I wanted to say. There's an example that just came to my mind now. God, please, let's go on. I've forgotten. The way my brain used to skip sometimes.
Okay, so we had a couple of stories that triggered this episode. Do you want to go first? The one...
Which one?
Your MBA.
Oh, right. There's that. Wait, first, before I remember what I wanted to say now. There's also that thing where somebody would say, oh, you speak well for an African. Oh, you speak well. Where are you from? And I'm like, what's that supposed to? What's that supposed to mean?
Like, it's giving. Do you not trust the colonialism that happened?
As in, exactly, you colonize, or don't you trust what you have colonized? Anyway, so that thing annoys me. I think my friend was telling me that she met someone newly. It was at work, and the person was like, "Oh wow, you speak so well for an African." That thing is one of the biggest triggers because I'm like,
as horrible as this sounds, I probably would take "you speak so well" and shut up.
Exactly.
But if you say you speak so well for an African, the audacity.
Like, do you understand? It's like,
first of all, how did I get this job? Let's start there.
Anyway, so
I've actually also had that experience, and I typed out an email and I sent it, and then I was showing it to my supervisor then, and the person was just like, "Oh, IJ, very well written. Wow, this is so."
So you did not expect it.
I was almost like, I'm a master's degree holder. Right? It's just conditional that's making me. I'm a master's degree holder. Like, we speak English in Nigeria.
We do. But, so the thing that led to the topic was my MBA. I think you also have yours. My MBA experience was what?
I have two stories.
So I had applied to do an MBA and I got it. Then but then they said it was a conditional offer. The condition was I need to upload proof of English.
How did I feel the application next time?
Exactly, pause for effect. Maybe I feel it in Yoruba, but yeah, pause for effect. So I was not thinking, should I fight? Should I
when
not
we're editing
fight?
video, I just pause. Like, and then we go.
And so, should I fight? Should I not fight? So I was like, okay, let me not fight. They said, is it that I do IELTS or IELTS, or I send a letter from my company to say this person does this in English. So I'm like, okay, if this is what the school needs, let me ask. So I went to my employer. I need a letter. I'm applying for an MBA. They wrote the letter. There was no sample to say this is what the letter should look like. They just said, we need a letter from your employer. Then I sent the letter and they said, oh, this letter is not acceptable. You need to write IELTS.
First of all, IELTS is such a waste of time.
And
it's like year 7, year 8 English work they're asking us to do.
And that was when I saw the email, I was very confused. I said, okay, this is the time to fight. I don't know. When I say fight, I don't mean like proper email.
Like, no.
Proper email. So I constructed an email and I asked them. So I told them, one, I have a master's degree, which is what I had shown to them before. I have written a letter from my employer to say that I do all my work activities in English. And I am Nigerian and our first language is English, and we were taught in English completely. And if they are aware, a lot of schools accept our WAEC.
WAEC, yes.
And so I wrote a very, very, very long email and I told them to please explain to me why I'm being asked to write IELTS.
Iskanchi happened.
They didn't explain. They didn't reply.
Obviously.
They didn't say anything. I just know that I got an email that said, oh, you now have an unconditional offer.
Talk about gaslighting.
You now have an unconditional offer to study in so school. And I was just upset. I was like, why did people respond? But the thing is, I was also applying for a scholarship, but they did not give me the scholarship.
So
So
that's
I
the
feel
caveat.
like
That's the caveat
it's
in
like
this.
it's like this guy, you can't come and look for. I don't know if that's what they did though, but it's like this guy, you can't come look for trouble.
You
We
know
will not
me,
give
you
you
know
the
me, I'll
scholarship.
talk. Like I'll be like, that's what they did. Like you'll be like, I don't know, maybe it's possible they'll find this podcast and they'll be like, hey, we knew that. Yeah, I know that's what they did because there's no how. Obviously scholarships are based on merits and blah blah blah. I'm not going to question all of that and say, oh no, give us show us
And then
records and
maybe
all.
I was not
Maybe let me
intelligent
join you.
enough.
Maybe
Uh-huh.
wait. Sorry. Yeah, I thought you were going to say maybe there were more qualified people.
And
or
we are
something.
saying, okay, so everybody won't qualify people for the scholarship. But the point is that they not give me the scholarship. They gave me they've sent me average return.
You're like, you know what, you want to challenge us? Pay the full school
Pay
fees.
the full if they burn you, right?
Pay. You speak English in Nigeria, pay that
Pay
money.
the school fees.
You're still international students. Also, please, can I also talk about the fact that of course, in theory, people say, oh, you need to be a British citizen before you're considered not an international student. But that's just bullshit because what constitutes you not being an international student? If you've lived in the UK, I've lived in the UK for about 4 years and there are several opportunities, scholarships that I could not go for because they're like, this is only for UK nationals.
Yeah, UK
and
nationals.
then the international student fee is 20k plus. And I'm like, okay, PhD opportunities, master opportunities I can't go for because I'm like, okay, fine, let me not do scholarship. Let's see how much it fees. They're like, oh, actually, it's not for international. Some of them were like, it's not even for international students. Don't even bother.
All, yeah,
don't bother.
Yeah.
It's just UK nationals. And I'm like,
yeah, I think once you're not a UK national, you're considered international, whether you've lived there or not. I think there was someone in church
which is
that
bullshit.
we had a conversation, and he's British, but I think he lived. You know all these people that you are British, but your parents moved you to Nigeria for the longest. So when he came back, they told him to pay international fees because he has not lived here for a while. So he needs to, even though he's British, but because he has lived in Nigeria, he needs to
like
do
at some point,
a few years.
Maybe they want to hold on to, I'm a UK national, you are not. But when it comes to applying to schools or paying for some kind of schooling institution or something, there should be some kind of differentiation with people who are, let me say, fresh international coming from outside. If they want to make their money that way, which I'm still living against because the money is outrageous.
It is a lot.
But then if you're here and you want to propel yourself forward in your career, you want to build yourself and your courses, not saying that there aren't other courses that you can take. You will obviously take advantage of the free ones.
Yeah.
But then the ones who have been here, there should be some kind of...
I think that's where apprenticeships and diplomas come in, Shabo.
Unfortunately, I'm a dancer. And
so it's not the same.
First of all, the dance industry is one kind because first thing they'll ask is, do you have the right to work in UK? And then say the whole conversation that I'm not about to go into safe. But yes,
okay,
you can tell I've healed from my trauma. You can tell,
yes.
I'm healed. I'm fine now.
Yeah.
Anyway, is it my turn to say my story? Okay, so I have 2 stories. The second one is fairly recent, and I knew I was going to say something at the start of this podcast. This is the 4th time we're trying to record this.
Yes, this is the 4th.
This is the 4th time we're trying to record this episode. You can tell the after us.
No, I think the first time my phone died.
Yeah.
Second time the microphone did not work.
The microphone didn't work.
The third time, well, and now the 4th, the 4th time. But yeah, moving on.
So my story begins in a faraway land.
For God's sake,
called Nigeria.
Kilo fa gbogbo rubbish. Go straight to the point.
Okay, so you remember during COVID when everybody was just trying to get several streams of income, work from home, work online, and just get money, sha. One of the things I ventured into, apart from like teaching dance online and taking some courses, was I applied to teach English to non-English speakers in other parts of the world. I got through all the tests. I passed everything with flying colors, I might add. Like, I don't know why anybody's surprised. And it got to like the final stage. I just needed to fill like a form, and they were like, nationality. And I was like, Nigeria. But then I just clicked submit. You are not eligible. So I was like, I'm confused. Obviously, now you've passed everything. And then it got to that point, you're like, you're not eligible. So I sent an email, and they're like, oh, you must have English as your first language. And I'm like, where the hell is this coming from? English is my first language. the definition of first language that I know is a language you can speak in, think in, a language you were taught in. And if I think about it, I don't think in Ora, my father's language. I don't think in Hausa. I don't think in Pidgin. Sometimes I do think in Pidgin. But generally speaking, I think in English. And I'm like, what the hell are you trying to tell me? And he said, oh, if you're not from the UK, Canada, Australia, or America, you cannot apply for this job. And I'm like, that's just ridiculous, because there are several speaking nationals in the US. The US is seen as a melting pot of different nationalities, but they are US nationals. They can just say, I am from the US. They don't speak English, and you could get that job, point blank. So I'm like, how are you gauging that somebody is qualified enough?
Maybe the test.
The test that I passed, they have already filtered me from being as far Nigeria. I was just like, what do you mean by that? Like, there was a whole back and forth with the email. I'm like, but I'm from Nigeria. Our lingua franca is English. Sometimes they like to form French too, but it's English. What are you trying to tell me? Yeah, so there was a period that Nigeria was like, our lingua franca is English and French.
Would dash us?
There was one time we were doing common affairs. There was that period where like lingua franca, English, French. Maybe it was because of that Bakassi Peninsula that we had at that point. They're like, oh yes, we have that extra bit.
I know we learned French in primary school. I learned French in primary school, but
there was a period where now they've taken it off like our official site or something. But that's by the way. So I'm just like, how would you qualify somebody?
I think there was something that my dad said one time about this English thing. He said that the way English is to a UK national is what Yoruba, for example, would be to someone that lives in Osun State, for example, where and was built there. So the fact that the person can speak that language doesn't necessarily mean that they can effectively write. And because in IELTS, you have to write, you have to speak, you have to listen. And all of that. So he was saying somebody could be born here and they're speaking very good English. I mean, on an average level of good English. When it comes to writing, that's what I'm saying, like, they can communicate effectively. When it comes to, like, writing, when it comes to writing and whatnot, I know, I've not said anything, but when I hear it now, it doesn't sound so bad anymore.
Which is bad.
It's bad.
But my own it's not unconsciously. I say it just because it's like a code switching thing for me. I'm just like, I just say it because why not? Anyway.
Continue. Yeah, anyway, so that's that. I think that's we're basically saying the same thing now, that the fact that someone can speak it does not mean that they are
which is funny.
Educated.
Because
in that sense.
Because like, I'm not even saying that there aren't some people who would probably need to prove. You're coming to school, so you need to prove that you can. Like, let's not even joke with ourselves. There are people we went to school with, and
even if you not go to school with them, at NYSC will show you.
Constructing a proper sentence was hard. So let's not even joke with that. So maybe that's the point of that one.
I saw things in NYSC.
You know, my dad, he's retired now. He worked in Radio Nigeria as a radio presenter and a journalist. And he said when coppers would come, so he asked, like, you're presenting a show, so you have to have a script. So he asked one of them to, like, write a script and all of that. I'm not sure if I'm getting, that's what he asked them. But no. The person was asking for time off, and then he said, write a letter. And the letter, he was just like, because of this, I'm not approving.
Like, where would they graduate, right? I was in OBS in NYSC, so it was more of like news editing, news.
So why would you even join OBS if you cannot?
You know, where OBS now, we didn't match or any of those things. So a lot of people join. So
that's true.
And I thought I was the chief editor, so I was seeing things.
Hold on. I need to side notes. Who wouldn't want to march?
Me.
You missed out on
what?
The most amazing feeling of synchronization ever. I think the day I decided I was going to march, because I even loved NYSC camp. I loved it more than I loved my NYSC.
Yes, I loved camp too.
I loved the morning drills. I loved the workout. I loved it so much. And then the soldiers just showed us a demo of the marching, and I was like, I have to march. have to match. I have to match.
The day they showed us the demo of the matching, that was the day I went to join OBS.
There are two kinds of people, everybody. The marchers.
I said nope.
And the
me.
and the dummies.
I said nope. And I already planned. Anyway, that's by the way.
But something that even I forgot about that whole episode, and then it got triggered in me when I eventually passed the IELTS, came to the UK to study, and then one of my colleagues, I did a master's in choreography, so one would think that you don't need to have good English and it's only dance, but my dear, no, you write a whole way. So many times you had to support whatever we were doing with actual writings and articles, and there was one we had to create a whole blog for like 3 months. And then this girl I think she was our leader for this particular group, and I saw what she had written. Not like shorthand, no. Mm-hmm. I saw what she had written. She was like, guys, just have a look at this. And she had mentioned that the reason why she came to do her master's was that she was in China before COVID to teach English. So it's different if she was just like, oh, I'm just doing my master's, let me just get on my life. But she mentioned it again. She was like, oh, I was teaching English in China. And I'm like, were you teaching them? Do you remember that tweet that we saw that some recruiters were saying, if you put certain words in your cover letter,
that you used it for ChatGPT.
Bruh,
please.
When they ask you write an essay, you're like, before delving into the question,
do you understand? It's now things like delve that is now that thing.
I learned that thing in JS2.
Oh God. That tweet really pissed off Nigerians because they're like, this is nothing we use on a regular day. What do you mean?
So, in the school I work in, I before I go into the current position I'm in right now, there's mostly admin tasks. So I had to like assist some of the students in academics. Mm-hmm. So I was sitting in a class. I started in year 7 class, year 8 classes. What they're being taught, I don't know if it's the curriculum in the UK. We learned it in primary 4 and primary 5. Year 7 and 8, by the way, is just 1 and 2. Mm-hmm. We learned it in primary 4 and primary 5. And I'm just like...
Wait, did you see that thing where somebody said, it was you that told me that one guy said he schooled in Nigeria and he was
Israel,
an Olodo. They came here.
He said I was an Olodo in Nigeria, coming last. By the time he went to it was New Zealand he traveled to, and he was just...
Yeah, I'm like... Yeah. I don't know, but I feel like our education in Nigeria is very okay. Now, this is a blanket statement and it's not very accurate because I've seen some schools that I'm like,
that's in Nigeria.
Yes, in Nigeria. But I'll say if you had the opportunity to go to a good school in Nigeria, you would have been well trained, especially from primary school.
Yeah.
Then if you don't go to a very good secondary school, I feel like university is very niche to whatever it is you are studying. Yeah. Everything that you've learned should,
so if you're any bad, you're bad.
Exactly. If you're any bad, that's not where you're going to be learning composition.
Your lecturers don't have time.
Okay, so if you had like good education in Nigeria, I feel like you would have been so well trained that there are some things that you'd even be surprised when you come here. You're like, but these things are very basic things. These things they should not be a big deal. I don't know. But
it's true. It's actually true. Like, obviously, we will not generalize it and say it's every school because they're...
Yeah, like I said, there are some schools that are like... Once again, we all did NYSC, so we know what we saw.
And the thing is, NYSC is from university, so you know that those ones are coming from the university. That's what's giving us bad name, making us write out.
But I was going to say that, but in the same vein, do you know that I've met some Nigerians? You guys, sorry, I've met some Nigerians here.
It's about to start now.
And when they write or speak, I'm like, this is why they tell us to do.
Oh yes, yes, for sure.
Kobasi. It's not right. And things I say, I'm like,
I had to say something, but I feel like let me not talk.
But is it not the same? Then I think that's when I realized that and NYC is when I realized that there are some schools that they are not doing well.
They're not.
Especially from the primary school. They had
So how do they filter the people like us that are actually doing well?
That's another problem because that's another thing. So how do we
Maybe
now
they'll just fill
know?
the IELTS. I think my own problem is you've written out once. Why do you need to write it again?
Yeah, because it expires. There, that's
Yeah,
another thing.
but will my English expire? So
Because
like you wrote IELTS in 2020.
20, yeah.
Yeah, and you have done your masters. You passed clearly. You have
yeah.
a job. So if the IELTS that thinking, I cannot wrap
Yeah,
my
I
brain
cannot.
around
Yeah,
it.
because that's true. Because when I was considering processing Canada, the fact that I had to do IELTS again, I think that's one of the things that even made me say I'm not going. Because and it might sound like a very random thing. Maybe it's because I had the job, so I was not
Yeah,
pressured to
yeah.
move. But I just felt like, what is that? Like I'll not start all over again. Why am I doing IELTS again? I don't. It felt like I beg. I don't pass that. I don't like that level. That not level. That stage of my life is like I beg.
I don't know
If
about moving to a different country. Maybe every country has their own standards and all, but I feel like if you're here in the UK, like the MBA you're going to do,
yeah.
you've shown them, look, I wrote IELTS on this, and that is what got me into this university. That was what got me into this country. That should be enough for them to say, okay, I went to this university, graduated, master's degree. What else?
They said that I think they even said that the proof of English should be recent. I think it has to be recent,
Their father.
like 1 year or 2 years. And he's like, so will my English expire? And that's another thing that makes people upset about IELTS because I can't remember how much I don't know how much it is right now, but I pay that amount of money and maybe I didn't get into the school that I want to get into, then I'll have to, if I'm unable to process that in 2 years, I'll have to pay again. And do it again.
It's the whole repetitive thing. Like, why do I have to do it again? I've
Exactly.
done it once. Okay, we have argued that some people actually don't know. Their English is not as great. Okay, fine. We've done it. We've passed. We've gotten into university. We've graduated from the university, flying colors. I want to apply for another master's degree. I want to apply for a PhD. Why do I need to
write it
another
again?
one?
And I've seen. I feel like I reference a lot of things on social media, guys. I'm not always.
That's where she spends.
I'm not always on social.
You can see. You can clearly see.
see. There was
Unlike
that.
me.
Of course. Of course.
And I journal, do a little bit of yoga, Pilates, and straight to work. My social media kini for the week comes out and it's like 16 hours a day. When am I sleeping, please?
I was saying, there was something I saw on social media about, okay, so you know how people can get very and then you're being an activist. Why do we need to write IELTS? For example, now, let's say we are like this now.
I'm going to do that too.
Then few years later.
Sorry, I will do that for you guys.
Then a few years later, the same people that had a lot of vim about it, they're now the ambassadors for IELTS.
You have paid them now, please.
They're now making tweets about, I think IELTS preparation. Someone say, I know Nigerians, they'll find your receipts from.
Yes,
they took a screenshot. They say, is this not?
Okay, so this is my stance,
not you?
Guys. It's clear that I can't fight the initial IELTS because we sure do need that to filter the ones who actually can't speak English. But then, let's not write it again. That's my stance.
That's actually true. That's another. I feel like if that's a requirement, I would prefer that it is not a requirement, but I also kind of understand why it's a requirement.
Yeah,
so I'm in between.
I'm just annoyed at the fact that you have to write it again. English doesn't expire, does it?
No, it does not.
In fact, I feel like my English is even getting worse than I've been here because I was just stood there.
God.
Nah, that's wrong. That's grammatically wrong. Everybody.
As in any way and in any shape.
Yeah. But my second story.
Yes, please.
I'll make it as short as possible. Nah, that's not true. So I applied for a training program within leadership and management, and I went through all the whole processes, passed, obviously.
Please no.
Right. Anyway, when it was time to sort everything out, it was a free program, one of the free ones I was able to get. And apparently, the government gives some kind of funding for training to their staff in every company.
Yeah.
So I was eligible for that. So they were like, oh, just speak to your company. HR, okay, did. Yeah, these people now said, but we need some kind of proof of English. I'm like, you know the company I work for, how will I have gotten there?
Without
being there. Also, I need to interact with the kids, with their parents and all of that. It's not in pidgin I'll be interacting with. So that one should have been like obvious.
Yeah.
I did not fill the application in pidgin or Yoruba or Hausa or Igbo. How are you asking me for that? They're like, okay, you need to. They didn't even ask for just English. They say English and maths. Thank God I even passed maths in WAEC, because if not, this would be a different story entirely. Because like English and maths, you need to. Right, that's how I started ravaging, going through my things. Where's my WAEC result? Where's my WAEC?
They accepted your WAEC.
And I've sent them the email. I'm waiting for their response, but it's still. I think it's still valid, because you can buy a scratch card and then like get it. Because I know my uncle did his own like almost 30 years ago, and he was able to get his. So it's just the scratch card you get, and then you can get your WAEC result.
You. Because that just reminded me of something. I was applying to something, one digital marketing course. So they said I think they needed proof of GCSE. That's what they, or A-level, something like that.
Oh yeah, they say GCSE, but you like, I have some kind of international GCSE.
Yeah, exactly. So I sent it to them. They said no.
Yeah?
They sent my WAEC. They said no. That I should go and do GCSE. I said they should not worry. Like there's some things that I can't even bother at this. Like I should go and do GCSE. As please carry your course away from me.
Because when they said the options for that training was GCSEs or an international equivalent of GCSEs. Yeah, I was like,
that's WAEC. Good then. Yeah,
because I think it was an option. So I was just like, I did WAEC and West African Examination Council. An examination council in West Africa. Are you trying to discriminate against us and our own is not eligible? But I didn't say that, but that's what I was thinking. No, I was ready if they had said no. So when I sent it to them, they accepted, because they were like, the next thing they're just waiting for is something else, don't worry. But it's not English related. Okay, so I don't know if we can talk on code switching for a while.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
I'm going to start because I'm very guilty of it, by the way. And when I was leaving Nigeria, I was the biggest ambassador of keep your accent. They will understand you. Keep it. You can speak correctly and still keep your accent. Ask me where I am right now. I am the biggest code switcher anybody would find. And I don't fault anything, but unfortunately, it was because I started working in care at first. And the people that would look after, I did start speaking, like using my Nigerian accent. And people I would look after just didn't understand me. But when I would just be like, you're right. And then it was just perked up, like, ready. So I'm like, oh, okay, it's the British you understand. Okay, no problem. And then now I work in a school. I'm not even saying that they wouldn't. I've just gone with it. And occasionally, I'm consciously tweaking my brain to like get back to myself. Maybe it's because I can, so I just do it, and I just enjoy hearing myself do that. When I speak to my colleagues, or if I'm giving them a story about my mom, I just change. I'm like, yeah, your mom. Like, the funny thing that they love hearing. I don't know why they just love. Your mom talks like that. I'm like, yes, she's Nigerian. She talks like that. But yeah.
But is it a bad thing to code switch?
I don't think it's bad. I'm saying that now because I do it. So. But if you had asked me that question when I was living in Nigeria, I'd have said yes. This is me being vulnerable, guys.
Oh. Please. But yes, your vulnerability is safe here.
With you?
On the podcast now.
Okay. On the podcast. Hey, God. Imagine if they just pick this clip out and somebody, let's say Instagram now picks it. I'm like, don't mind that girl. Why is she switching accent?
And people always have an opinion on social media. But yeah, I was going to, about code switch. I've never had to code switch. I just speak like this everywhere. I think there was a time.
Can you code switch?
I don't think so. Maybe because I've never had to. There was a time I had one interview thing with It was a nutrition thing. It was like a live.
I think I remember that.
Yes,
Yeah.
that I had other nutrition colleagues, white. Somebody, one of my friends, commented, Damola's accent is still Nigerian.
Yes,
On the live. And then Jesus.
But that was not the insult they think it
What
is.
kind? No, she wasn't with
Oh,
she was just like
okay.
she came. No, she came expecting me to be
Like,
all. So she was like, Tammy is just very, and I don't know how to. And the day that I realized that my English or my accent is not is very Nigerian was when we had an assessment for a client because I work in care.
Yeah.
But I don't.
Do they care itself?
Yeah. So we had an assessment for.
Nothing.
We had an assessment.
Just in the struggle. I'm sorry.
Oh God, we had an assessment with a new client and she's older, right? So I sat and I was talking to her. I was trying to complete a form. So every question I was asking her, she was just like, sorry.
I hate when that happens. So,
Her
but that's what
children
we need.
understood me. They're like, Mom, she's saying. How did I say shit, man? It's like
That's the thing. The older ones. I think that was why my initial response, because I don't know if it was just an insecurity thing. I was just like, I beg, I don't want to get into like repeating myself again. So the older ones would be like, sorry, what did you say? And then the moment I would say it in a closer accent to a British accent, they would pick it up immediately.
they'll pick it up, yeah.
There was an instance where I think this day I was very confident at work and I was speaking clearly and pronouncing my words right, but in a Nigerian accent as opposed to my Raz self. Yeah. And then this lady, I think she has a hearing problem. So anytime I'm speaking to her, she'd be like, what? Sorry? And I would feel so one kind. Only for me to talk on that call, they're like, oh no, she has a hearing problem. I was like, oh, okay. It's not me. It's not me. Then she's like, don't worry, it's not you. He does that to everyone. I was like, okay, that on that level, I feel fine-ish. Even though I did notice a little bit of I speak British accent more. She answers faster.
Do one for us. Do a British accent for us.
No, I can't. Like, if you ask me, like, the thing is, you need to catch me off guard. That's when I'll and you're Nigerian, so I can talk to you like that. Sorry, it's not as if I don't rate you, but...
You don't rate me now, evidently. So if you bring a British person on the podcast, yes, you're going to code switch.
For sure. Like,
next guest. We'll look for a British person.
I was going to say, like, there was a guest idea I was going to run by you, and I was going to start the episode like, guys, if you hear me switching accents, you know that because we have somebody here. But yeah.
Do you think that movies that we watched helped us to understand English / the way that they speak a little bit better?
Yes, I think so too. Or I think so, actually, because especially the American culture.
Yeah.
They just shoved it down our throats, actually. So many American movies, so many songs. I learned how to speak better and pronounce words better from songs, from movies as well, from shows, and maybe the occasional British show that would be popular and stuff. We got more of the American stuff, and I think that helped. One of my colleagues, she's from Barbados, and most of them have an American accent. And she was like, they just watch American shows there, and that's why their accent is like the American accent as opposed to being colonized by the British.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think the movies.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because I'm not going to lie, and I don't mean this in a bad way, but I can almost tell the difference between somebody that grew up watching Africa Magic and someone that grew up watching American movies. Yeah. And even now with children, you can tell the ones that grew up watching Peppa Pig because of the way that they speak.
Baby shark.
Yeah. Because there was someone in my estate, the way he speaks, his mom will say, me, I don't know where he got it from because he has not gone abroad before, but it's the cartoons and the stuff that they watch. Yeah. So I think it influences their tongue and the way that they speak. It's very interesting because I'm like...
Let me say something that irks me. I like watching Hollywood, but then... it's very annoying to watch stuff with me because I'm always like, that's not pronounced that word. Yeah. That's not pronounced that word. So... Let me not say before tiny me now and just cancel me on the internet. But there's some actresses that, like, I'm fine if you're using the Nigerian accent for the word sit, S-I-T, is the short E sound phonetics. So when you write out the transcription, is the short sound, short E
Aye.
sound, exactly. And then seat, the noun, SEAT, the long E sound, I, and then dots, 2 dots. If you're speaking Nigerian accent, Nigerians don't do short or long.
Yeah,
You just
yeah, yeah.
say all
Sits
of
there.
that, sit there. So, Nigerian actors, they do the accent, the American accent, the British accent, and they're like, sit instead of like sit. When they're saying, oh, can I just sit down? And I'm just like, did nobody hear that? My ear is...
We don't. Actually, I should have never paid attention to it.
If you see me and my sister watching a Nigerian film, me and Valerie, no. And my dad is the one that did that. Like the short, and it's the short and the long one. Most people hear the R, like, oh my God, they hear those ones are very, very glaring. But that short and long sound, I don't mind it if you're speaking in Nigerian accent. That's how we speak. But when you are now doing the British accent as an actor and an actress, your training should have done, like, my dad did a lot of training for that, maybe because he was a radio presenter, and so they did like the phonetics and the transcription. Like when I was in just one, I could transcribe any word you give to me. So my mom was that, like, I was crazy. So I won't be able to unhear it, and I'll be like, no, you can't say that. You can't say. Maybe that's why I'm not famous, because I'm very,
Do you know another one that people mix up is the th sound and the t sound.
No comment on that. No comment. No comment. I'm not about to go into that. That one's even way worse. I just called something short so that at least nobody will come for me.
Anyway, Ijema is my mother in grammar. What? No, my sister in grammar. Yes, that's what I call. I call her in my head.
No, but I've changed actually.
Sure.
I have.
I think you just don't say it out anymore.
Oh, of course. Of course. Oh, of course.
But it's still on your mind.
Yeah, it's still on my mind. Remember that day that it was after everything. I was like, do you know I didn't say anything? I've counted like 10 mistakes this person has made.
Exactly. So
that's growth, man. I pointed out that I counted it, but I didn't say what the mistakes were.
Proud of you. And
then I finished it with a little, but I'm not perfect though, because me, so I make mistakes, so I'll sound very modest. That's how to do it.
This is what I am going through.
Oh my God. Anyway. You think I'm bad? You need to meet my siblings. Like, you need to see them. Like, my brother, my sister, no, they are bad. Just put us to watch Nollywood. As I'm not talking, there's one actress I'm thinking about right now.
Ajay, final words. Final words.
We speak English here.
And conclusion. Wow, okay.
No,
English is our first language.
English is our first language, and we didn't even do the definition of the first language.
That thing that I said that if in a country that's a country where more than 50% of the people speak the language and is considered as their first language. But in Nigeria, we don't know if more than 50%. Because we don't even have that kind of data.
One of our bragging rights is that we have 700 languages. We have 300 languages. So they're like, where's the English?
So we try.
Where does English fall?
So it's a lot. But anyway, yeah.
Yeah. Final words. Please don't make us do IELTS again. English does not expire. If we passed it one time, we're fine.
Yeah, and don't tell Nigerians or Africans that speak well that you speak well for a Nigerian or you speak well for an African.
Do you not trust colonialism?
It's rude. Yeah, all right. Thank you guys. And follow us on X, Instagram, TikTok. You're not on Threads, Abby. No, you're not on Threads.
What's that? Oh, okay. The other thing.
What's that? Then like, subscribe, and yeah, drop your comments. It would be nice. And also we have a thing. If you have any gists, anything you want to tell us. Any English gist. If you've been told that, just tell us about it. And bye guys. Bye.